Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
You're listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
GUFON Radio.
Or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
GUFON Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to GUFON, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano, and it is Friday, August 21st, 2020. Welcome to the regular show. We're starting an hour late, only because we had to, so don't get used to it. Well, maybe I will start this time. I don't know. But tomorrow, I think I'm going to go an hour earlier tomorrow, the normal time. But I want to welcome everybody. Appreciate your patience with all the changes and everything, which is something I want to address really quick. I saw a couple of comments from people that weren't so lovely. One of them was from Arizona Lerps, who thought was a fan of the show, said, "Third phase of moon ruined this channel." I don't know what it means, Arizona Lerps. I would like to know what that means, but I don't know. Is it because I play their videos, because I'm friends with Third Phase, or whatever that comment means? I don't know. I don't know if other people are not liking. I know one thing I don't like, and it's the inconsistency of putting up the shows, which is what we're ending today. So the show is going to go back to its regular schedule. And if during the day I feel like putting a video out, I will. It's not going to be something I'll do every day, but the show is going back to its nightly spot, which I wanted to do last week, but I wanted to try out putting shorter videos out. And for me to be on top of it, you got to have stories that are cool. You got to have content that's worthy of listening to and watching. There's a lot of stuff that goes in just other than popping up and being a talking head. You know, it takes up more time to do those three than to do this. And yeah, I was getting the first couple of days it was cool. It seemed like, things were on track to be a lot better, and I'm talking about views. But I'm getting away from that. I can't be about the views all the time. I got to stick to what works. And what works is what feels right to me. And what feels right is doing this type of show, but I will do shorter shows. So, with that being said, what is the new schedule? Is it every night? Well, I tell you what it will be. It's going to be definitely Monday through Friday at this time. No, well, maybe an hour earlier we'll start. 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. But in October, I think that, with the time change, that's going to push me, I think, to 8 o'clock? That's fine. We'll keep it the way it is. Yeah, you guys change your clocks in October. I don't. So, but I have to change the time. So if the show starts at 7 now, that's 10 Eastern, right? And then you guys are going to fall behind, so it's only going to be a 2-hour difference. So that means I have to start at 8 o'clock my time to be 10 o'clock Eastern. Capiche? So you guys don't have to change. It's me. So that means I have to start at 8 o'clock now, my time. So it'll be 7 Pacific like it is now. Oh my God, why don't they just get rid of it? We don't need daylight savings time. That was for the farmers back in the day. That was for Christopher Columbus and those people who found out the world wasn't so flat. Anyway, that's where we're going. And I think on the weekends, what I'll do is the shorter shows. That's what we'll do. That's it. No, see, I don't even like that because there may be something Saturday night I'd like to talk about. All right, here's what we're going to do. Monday through Friday has to stick. And Saturday and Sunday will be a crapshoot. It'll be random. So that's what I'm doing. Monday through Friday won't change. It's going to be this type of show. And some of the shows may only be an hour and a half, depending on how I feel. It sucks. But what's that? Jaime! Hey, Reese! How you doing? Fine. What do you want? It's time for the Red Bull. It give you wing. Thanks, Jaime. I told him to do a shorter intro for the drink. You're a good cat. Red Bull. I can't find any nose. So, we all watch Richie from Boston every now and then, only when I play it, I guess. He's all about the fear mongering, right? And he was talking about, they're going to come for your foods. There's food shortages in my state. Can't get Campbell's soup. Not in my stores. Can't get Chef Boyardee. I know, this is my diet. When you don't want to wait 20 minutes for spaghetti, you just throw in for a minute and a half Chef Boyardee spaghetti and meatballs. I only do it when my mother's not here. Mr. DB Cooper, thank you for that $4.99 super chat, my friend. I appreciate that. Yes, we will be getting there. What's that? All right, roll call. Roll call! Hey, Mr. DB Cooper makes it in, sets up a $4.99 hedge fund for little Richie G. Nathan Allen, Nathan Itzke, Nathan's Hot Dogs. How do you say? What do you be? Mr. DB Cooper. Oh, I already did you. Zach Diecast Monsu. Frap Sappuccino's here, everybody. Say hi to Frap Sappuccino. Dark Hour Paranormal. DHP. I don't think you like that. I'm going to say I think you don't like that attention. I don't know. Every time I do DHP, you on every night, but he's not. DHP. He'll invite you back. Wreaking Havoc 215 in the house. RH215. What do you say? How do you be? Spook Cat. Spook Kitty. Spook Cat. And Zen Master Me is here. Hey, Zen Master Me, what do you say? How do you be? You got a good enough name? Don't know if you need a nickname. Chuck Bam, thank you, sir, is here. What do you say? How do you be? Mario Heatwave. Hey, Mario. Joe Monk, what do you say, man? How you doing tonight? Good to see you guys. All right, Big Cat's here. Tina Hisola came in right when Big Cat did. I saw you both sneak in the back door. What were you doing out in that alley? Donnie C's here. What do you say, Donnie C? DC's in the house. Everybody, give him a big GUFON hello. All right. It's slowly going to file in because Chemical Summer's here. Why do you say, hey, SOR? They were here before SOR. There's a mix. Yeah, we all share each other's, but I think you can say SOR fans do come here, and I know who they are, and GUFON fans go to Spaced Out Radio. We're all in the same thing, of course. We're all in it together. Dave's show is going to be a good one tonight. We're going to take a sneak listen and don't care. I don't care if you don't want me to. I'm going to take a sneak listen because one of my favorite people is going to be on there. He has the Women of UFOlogy and Nicole Sakic. I hope I'm saying that right. She's one of my favorite UFO people, and I am going to be listening very well. We're going to listen on the show. We're going to, as soon as Dave gets done doing the intro, you got to give about 10 minutes, and then they'll be on the first question, about 7 minutes or so. You got, let's see. Now, I got a lot of stuff to run over, so let's get this going. I have been looking around for stuff to talk about, and some of the things, okay, this is great. I got to show you this. This has got to be my favorite meme of the year. Where is it? Here it is. Go. Take your seagull and GTFOH. God, that is so awesome. Take your seagull, get the f out. I love it. I love that. God, that makes me laugh. Love it. That is so funny to me. I got a lot of stuff to go over, so let's just get going. This show tonight is brought to you by nobody, because nobody cares. Nobody listens. Nobody wants to play their part. Nobody is sponsoring the show. Thank you, nobody. Appreciate that. And we get paid the same. Still nothing. I know that was easy. I know. It's too easy. You're not allowed to have fun in ufology. It's only 14 minutes. Can you just all right? Mamma mia. I don't want to give away my secrets, so let me see what's coming up next. All right. I'm going to play this because I don't know, man. I like Neil deGrasse. But when he's Tyson, oh, that looks horrible on the big screen. I'm going to keep it little screen for you. You'll see. You don't need to see it.
Hey, they didn't know what it was. We still don't know. It's a mystery.
We still don't know.
Wait, hold on.
And I'm cool with that.
Okay, that's where we differ. Hey, they didn't know what it was. We still don't know. It's a mystery.
We still don't know.
Wait, hold on.
And I'm cool with that.
Okay, that's where we differ. Hey.
Neil deGrasse Tyson. Does anybody really care what Neil deGrasse Tyson is saying? Does anybody really care? Oh, so it didn't work on the super chat thing, and the subscriber count didn't work. See, this is why OBS is bullshit. I tell you. You know, you want to do stuff for the people, right? That's all. That's what we want to do. We want to do stuff for the people. Make everybody feel like they can be a part of the show. I can't have that up on the screen if it's wrong. So, got to get rid of them. Leave them. Just leave it up. It's tacky. It's not working. I'll leave it up. Whatever. I'm just tired of resetting everything. You gotta restart the computer. You gotta restart this. You gotta trick shit to get it to work. Shouldn't have to trick this stuff. I'm paying $19 a month for Prime shit. At least make it work. And don't say it's my computer. And don't say it's my internet. Because it isn't. All right. Sorry, I digest. And I fixed the camera. You can see I'm not so washed over. You get. I'm sorry about that. I'll wash it back. I know. All right. So guess what's coming up? Anybody want to take a guess what tomorrow is? Is it today? No, tomorrow. Guess what tomorrow is? Take a guess. I don't know what you're guessing, so I won't be able to answer. I mean, we're in real time now. You know that. I got the show 1 second delay. See, oh, DB Cooper, thank you. Another $4.99 super chat. Thank you. He says, it's been so hard to connect channels. I've tried for years, Rich. You can't take things personal. I love everyone at the end of the day. Yeah. Oh, I don't take it personal. I don't take it, but I don't. It is. Oh, I'm glad you said it's all butterflies, because tomorrow is the season finale of Unidentified. I was giving you a chance to. Tomorrow is Saturday. You're right. You're right. But yeah, it is the very final episode. For me personally, I'm okay with it. I think this happened to be the worst season for a TV show involving UFOs. I almost said revolving. Check it out.
Oh my God. What is that?
No way.
Wow.
Saturday, on an epic 2-hour season finale,
an orange light just kind of appears in the sky.
There's a surge in UFO sightings.
You could tell they were pretty massive.
It was a round sphere. The exterior of it was gaseous.
Can the team find out why?
Whatever is flying over the continental United States, we better know what that thing is.
If he says tic-tac before this ends, I'm breaking the freaking computer.
Unidentified 2-hour season finale. Begin.
Oh, you know what they're doing? They made 8 episodes, I guess, right? So what they're doing is they're smashing in. They don't even want to go an extra 2 weeks with this show. That's how bad it's got to be doing. I haven't looked, but I don't know anybody who's watching this show. And if I was into UFOs like for the first time, it would be cool. But see, that's the thing. You know, I'm so jaded on things. I think it's hard for me to look at these UFO shows and not be so analytical. Well, let me tell you, 2-hour season finale just to get it over with. What the hell's going to come in right after it? That's funny. I got to watch this one more time. I love Lou.
What is that?
No way.
Wow.
Saturday, on an epic 2-hour season finale,
An orange light
Hey,
just
hold on,
kind
hold
of
on.
appears in the sky.
there's a surge
Hold
in
on.
your epic
What is that?
on an epic
What is this? That's drones, obviously.
2-hour season finale.
An orange light just kind of appears in the sky.
There's a surge in UFO sightings.
You could tell they were pretty massive.
It was around.
They were pretty massive. They were massive. He's got vocal fry. You know, that's when kids go, Dad, what are you guys doing? Vocal fry. He does. He's got vocal fry.
They were pretty massive.
It was a round sphere. The exterior of it was gaseous.
Can the team find out why?
No!
Whatever is flying over the continental
Nobody.
United States, we better know what that thing is.
Unidentified
Next time, Lou, you're going to do a show.
2-hour season finale.
Next time you do a show, how about letting the guy who helped you get To the Stars Academy started speak? I'll be honest with you. I would not mind it if Tom DeLonge spoke. Doesn't that sound weird? I'm interested to hear what he has to say. Because he's always telling us the truth. That's why they shut him out. He's talking way too much truth. Well, let me tell you something. Third phase of moon. I don't know why I'm laughing already. I guess I talk about them a lot, but they're relative to what's going on. They are making a docu movie. I swear to you, it's going to be unbelievable. I love getting sneak peeks of shit, and because it's rare. But I've been privileged enough to see some things that are relevant to what's happening today. The people that are in it, like Greer, Goodall. I can't think. There's so many. They're gonna kill me. Way to promote it, Rich. Well, anyway, we'll be promoting it here on the channel exclusively because they're editing it, they're getting stuff done, and it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. They've got, well, it's all current. It talks about everything that's going on now. You don't have to worry about hearing Tic Tac 50 times. Like, we get it. You got the Tic Tac. You're the cool guys on the block. We get it. This goes into the convoluted way ufology is being manipulated. And we can't do anything about it. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The government is not going to release what they have. And there's nobody here, Chuck knows, nobody's walking around with alien footage or evidence. So they, what Greer says, it's not the normal. No, this isn't the normal Greer. I'm telling you. Something, he is on fire in this document. Everybody is, but Greer, wow, it's pretty good shit. So we'll be getting, little snippets of that, what they're making, and we'll play it here on the show. Nobody else will have this stuff. It's amazing. All right. So with that being said, I love saying that. That's one of my favorite things to say. With that being said. It's a great transition into anywhere. But it has to match up with what you're saying. You can't say, yeah, did you notice the fire on the mountain? With that being said, I couldn't sleep last night. You can't say that. It's got to be like, that fire on the mountain, it's burning all the houses. With that being said, you're burning the sausages on the grill. See, that's how you do it. All right. I not only talk a little bit too much, but in the end, I'm teaching. Damn. All right. This is one of the coolest videos on Earth. You hear it? That is such a guy thing. Wow. Wow. Oh my God. How cool is this? Watch that. Booyah. Next. Wow. Yeah, it's just their footage. It's pretty cool. Now, why did that stop? It should have gotten out. I know it's clear when it's... That's too small, right? Wow, I love it. Oh no! Wow, look at that. Pretty wild, right? That's real. That's real fake? That's fake? That's not fake. Yeah, that's real. It's real. That is the carrier defense system. It's real. It's not a video game. That's why I played it. You think I would play fakeness? CGI? Damn it. I'm learning, third phase. I'm learning. That's great. All right. I love that type of stuff. Real or fake, CGI or hoaxed. That was funny. So, I know you've been wondering, just like me, what? By the way, it looks like, and I don't know, but I think UFO Jesus is done being Jesus. But I'm very interested in things he says because he is one of the leaders of the UFO Young Guns, Twitter Young Guns. He says in a tweet just 9 hours ago, if disclosure ever happens, I want representatives of Skyhub to be interviewed on network news. Why should people like Neil deGrasse Tyson or Seth Shithead be interviewed when they denied UFO reality and two, they never lifted a finger to study it? Right. Well, that is a good, who should be the representative? Well, you know it's going to be, I'm all crooked tonight. Yeah, I know. This shirt sucks. I'm shrinking by the day. All my clothes are. Why is this chair low too? Is it low? No, now it is. I feel all out of sorts and nothing. I just feel weird. Yeah, I got this thing going on here. All right. So Mick West chimes in. And I replied because I'm not a big fan of Mick West. I don't know why Mick West is even considered. But he says, I think who gets to be interviewed is going to be pretty much an irrelevant detail at that point. I mean, mother effing aliens. Who gives a hoot about interviews? The world will have changed forever. It's a good answer. Stupid. And I told him, I said, who cares what you have to say? Pretty much. You've done nothing for ufology, so who gives a shit? Mick West. He's not Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan actually went around with that TV show, Joe Rogan Questions Everything, remember? And he said, he just talked about this the other day. He talked about it when Bob Lazar was on his show. He says, when I had that show and hung out with Bigfoot people, UFO guys, you name it, he says, all these people, this is Joe Rogan saying it, not me. And I kind of got a little bit upset that he said it. He said, these are just a bunch of stupid people who can't get laid, basically. And all they do is go out looking for things that gives them a reason to live. That they're all wasting their time on nonsense. He goes, because that's the impression he got when he talked to them. These crazy stories with no proof, knocking on trees, and who the hell knows who's knocking back when you can't see in the forest. You know what I mean? It's got to be Bigfoot. UFOs, crazy guys with lights, they think everything's a UFO. That's what Joe Rogan said. He says, I was looking at this guy's video, and you could easily see it was an airplane. And the guy kept saying it's not an airplane. And Joe Rogan says, yes, it is. How do you not notice that? And then they talked about critical thinking and education, and it all comes down to that in this field. I'll give you an example. And I meant to open the show with this. Hold on. I think this is... No. Is this it? I meant to open the show with this, but something magical is coming. And let me just give you an example. Do you know Gutter Gawker, right? Remember, he was a friend of the show. And I did the analysis. Didn't need to do much to tell it wasn't a UFO or a humanoid. It was definitely balloons. It had every quality of a balloon you can imagine, right? And I wasn't being mean or anything, but he got upset and put up homophobe. I'm a homophobe. I'm a racist Nazi. Why would he jump from being a friend to now I'm the enemy and a Nazi, homophobe, racist? I mean, that's pretty extreme. So I have to think, who else acted this way that also could not tell the difference between a balloon and a real UFO? Well, Jeff Woolwine was the same way. He kept recording these things. He said he captured 200 UFOs, 400, over a 2-year period. So I said, you mean just about half the year you're seeing a UFO every other day? Jesus, I can't catch one for months, and I'm lucky to even see one. You're getting hundreds? Well, you have to go sit by the mountain, and they come up out of the rocks, man. So I did. And I went down to where he lived, and I parked up the street so he wouldn't see me. I had a very obvious car. He would have known. But there's dealerships out there, apartment complexes. It's the shittiest part of Arizona, Phoenix, that you want to live in. We call it, it's like South Central, it's where all the... Anyway, you know what I'm saying. So for 5 days, I spent 2 to 3 hours in the sun dying not seeing anything. As a matter of fact, he and I recorded the same thing one time. And it was funny because I posted it and I said, well, look at this UFO knot, you know, and then I would put the knot next to it. It's not, it's a balloon. Jeff Woolwine thinks so. And Jeff had posted it and said, look at this UFO, man. And you could totally see it was a balloon. It was launched from a dealership up the road. Because I drove around the whole area. When I went to get something to eat, I drove around up and down that area to see what was around where he lived. And I couldn't believe how many people use balloons. They put them on the sidewalk signs. So when you're driving by, it catches your attention. Instead of focusing on the road, you know, at the end of the day, if you know, either if they clip them or release them or they get away, whatever. It's the personality of a person who's not well educated. And Jeff Woolwine did not pass the 6th grade. It's a fact. And I don't think he got a GED. If you ever saw his website, it's petroglyphsinthesky.com. I don't know if it's gone. But anyway, it's that same person. They get very angry, very defensive. And I don't understand why. I don't get it. I've never been defensive about my videos. It's just, we believe we see something that's there. So it's always best to go out and get another opinion, which obviously Jeff never has. And he even proved it to me when he said, when he answered, after I go, Jeff, that's a string on a balloon. He goes, man, that's what everybody says, Richard. That's what everybody says, Richard. Of course, because it's a string. It ain't a string, man. It's the tail from the lizard people. That's what they use to abduct small children and animals for food. Small children. Like, you don't have to say small. Children are small. You don't have to say. Anyway, so what my problem is with the field and people like this is they never do anything to prove that what they captured is really a UFO. Like, if so many people are telling you that's balloon, it looks like balloons, it acts like balloons, it's reflecting the sun like balloons, what's that, a string? Why don't they go out there and try to emulate it, try to duplicate it? See if balloons look like UFOs with your own experiment. That's called research. Just pointing your camera in one part of your yard because that's where the wind flows all the time from east to west. I don't know. It's carrying the objects over there. Anyway, this was a video that I meant to start the show with, and I'm so sad I didn't. I'm really sad. It's beautiful. This is for Gutter Gawker. Isn't that beautiful? It's beautiful, isn't it? Ascension. David Blaine, August 31st, YouTuber. Oh, I'm so glad. I am a YouTube TV subscriber. That was funny. B. Baker sent that to me. Beautiful, right? I love it. All right. Well, it's a problem in the field. And when I say education, I mean going to school. I mean getting an education, being in either a public or private school and interacting with people. I noticed a lot of these people that are like this are loners, and they don't have a lot of friends, and they don't go sky watching with other people to get opinions. They stay by themselves. Their opinion matters. They know they're right, and they've done nothing to prove otherwise. It's very sad. And they never grow up out of it. And Jeff Woolwine's still doing the same thing over and over again. It's unbelievable. Gutter Gawker's still looking and posting balloons and talking about how great he is, and it's pretty funny. All right, well, here's something I've been holding on. I don't know if I played this, but Chris Bledsoe. People love this guy. I think he's one of the biggest shams in ufology. Not because of his original story, so don't take that away from him. I believe he did have an alien encounter. I know, that's pretty big. I do. I'm just going to give him the benefit of the doubt on that story. Because I remember when it first came out, and I totally was into it. And I'm like, this guy doesn't seem like he's bullshitting, but he's also very robotic in the way he talks. He's like Bob Lazar. You know, Bob can look at you in the face and lie to you immediately, and you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know if Bob's mom passed away. You wouldn't know if he won the lottery. That's the excitement of Bob Lazar. That's him. I think because he's always being scrutinized in public. So I think he tries to not give away too much. I don't know. He doesn't like the spotlight, so he says. It's not like he's going around on every radio show, so I believe him. He's got too much other shit to worry about. Well, that's true. I'm working on a new Bob. Anyway, Chris Bledsoe recorded something. And the reason I was just telling you what I told you, that I believe he did have that experience with the alien, because everything else after that, I don't believe. Yeah, I definitely don't believe him. And I know Bob McGuire says, from Skyhub, says he spent, I don't know, a few days with them over there. 5 days, was it? And they captured and saw the most incredible things that he can't explain. I bet I could explain it. So here's a video that was sent to Joel's Observables on Twitter. He says, Chris Bledsoe asked me to stabilize and clean up a segment of video for him. Here's the result. I wonder what the paranormal crew think. So I already know what this is looking at it. I want to see if you know. No sound. I'm taking a drink. Enjoy the sound of silence. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I'll be with you until the end. I will record stars and call them things. I will call them anything that's strange. 'Cause I believe that the world isn't what it seems. Always me. But then I see the silence. Hello, darkness. Hello, alien. I see you hiding there. I am gonna take you out again. And we're going out to be friends. We'll see Gutter and the others that don't understand that I'm just a star. Yes, you are. Silence. darkness, my old friend. All right, this is just the star out of focus. I mean, really, it's all it is. I've got a dozen of these. I could show you one of... I've got a video that fooled me. Fooled me, and I posted it on my website, and I called it Exploding UFO or Star. I thought I captured something exploding in the sky. All it was, it looked just like that, or that, and it was the star Sirius, and I was in a position that I thought I was away from the trees. And with Sirius being elliptical, you know, it's moving through the sky ever so slowly, it got in front of, or a branch, a little tiny thin branch got in the path. And it looked like it was creating a distortion. It looked like the star was exploding in two. Yeah, it did. It got bigger and everything. You could see. Oh, I've got to find that video. Because I was out of focus. Just a little. I didn't realize it. It's part of the learning process. And if you don't know... Like this guy. He stabilized this. He should have said, why? It's a star. What are you doing? Rich, you see how it's swirling and everything? Guys, that's an illusion. Don't be fooled. That's just the atmosphere. It's the lights. It's the twinkle. It's the camera being used. It's a whole bunch of shit. It's not just point and watch. All right? It ain't just about that. You got to know what setting you got to have. You got to have it on a certain setting that's going to wash out shit and make it look crazy. Why do I even bother? Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. I promise you. You don't care. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. So that's what Chris Bledsoe shot. I've got a very, very important... Can you please analyze this and stabilize it? It's such a beautiful video. And he talks so gentle. You just want to pet him. You just want to pet. How much is the Bledsoe in the window? Oh, he's gorgeous. Oh, look at him. He's so cute. Isn't he? Oh, he's telling me a story. Shh. What's that, aliens? Oh, he's so adorable. Urgh. It did. It went on the angry. All right. So I got a little more to show you here. Oh, this was very interesting to me. I have to show this to you, don't I? I am, by law, I have to show you this. This was cool. Because the satellite photo, it appears to show a Chinese submarine using an underground base. That's a pretty big matzo ball statement, isn't it? By the way, you can't say that. Just because this is here? It's a submarine, so it's in water. Can we be clear on that? Okay? That is not... Now, if the submarine was halfway underground there, I would say, all right, now we've got something. Although that does look a little bit skeptical, I must admit. But if the submarine was halfway or even a quarter in there or missing under the ground, then you say that. I don't know. It does say it appears to show, but it doesn't. It appears to be sitting in the water. There's not even a wake here, and the tugboats are, trying to keep it from tipping over. Anyway, just thought that was interesting. Satellites. All right, I've got a really cool video. Now we're going to get into the video part of the show. This one, I don't know. I think this was on that TV show, Paranormal Caught on Video. Check this out. You probably have seen it. Hold on.
devastadora que arrasó con la mitad de la ciudad. En esos precisos momentos, en una zona de campo, en las afueras de Rumanía, Gabriel Sioaca, al ir conduciendo por el camino, observó a un gran objeto en forma de disco. Estaba en el terreno, en lo alto de una colina, cercana por donde estaba cruzando. Estas son las imágenes. En el mayor acercamiento que realiza el señor Sioaca, se ve con claridad la estructura en forma discoidal. Se encontraba posada sobre el terreno. Un lugar que es utilizado solamente para el cultivo. No hay ninguna especie de construcción o edificación. Se trata del campo abierto. Ahí parece haber descendido este gran objeto. No sabemos por qué el testigo no se detuvo y se acercó a ver más de cerca de qué se trataba. Quizás el miedo lo detuvo ante lo desconocido. Un encuentro cercano, como lo ocurrido en la ciudad de Ostankino, en Moscú, en el mes de octubre del año de 1995, donde fueron presentadas imágenes congeladas de un supuesto video donde se observa a un objeto en forma de disco luminoso. Este habría descendido a tierra en las afueras de la zona habitada. Incluso se observa a un grupo de personas que tratan de acercarse hacia donde se encontraba el objeto, pero de acuerdo a lo reportado, una especie de energía no les permitía acercarse a este. Las imágenes causaron un gran impacto, ya que se podía ver cómo una nave de origen desconocido descendió a tierra. De acuerdo con la información obtenida en los fotogramas extraídos del video, se observa a 2 de los militares que se trataban de acercar al vehículo.
Wow, look at that, huh?
Lo desconocido. Vea la secuencia completa. Cómo se acerca, desciende y luego se aleja el objeto y es visto por estos 2 militares.
This is unbelievable. I just stumbled upon this. Nobody cares. No. All right.
Militares quienes se arrodillan observando cómo se va. Imágenes importantes que muestran cómo estos objetos desconocidos aterrizan en nuestro planeta. Ahora, en Rumanía, el 4 de agosto de...
He keeps saying aorta. Something wrong with his heart. All right, next one. And I want to apologize. The chat room I'm using is the pop-out from my channel. For some reason, OBS, I found the chat room. Okay? I had it up. It doesn't work. Okay? Now, it's completely missing. I don't have a chat room anymore. So I have to pop out the one that I use on my YouTube studio, and every time I click somewhere, it disappears. You can't. That's why I always wanted it on the screen, but it's annoying. No, nobody cares. Zuck. You may care. I believe you. I believe you. Yeah, I went in full screen mode, but, you know. Whatever. Here's the next one. This one. Oh, by the way, Woody, that is pretty amazing, by the way, this one here. I don't know what it is. I was thinking maybe it was some sort of movie prop, you know? I mean, the guy is driving, and he said, what did he say? He's about 500 feet away from it?
Gabriel Sioaca, al ir conduciendo por el camino, observó a un gran objeto en forma de disco. Estaba en el terreno, en lo alto de una colina, cercana por donde estaba cruzando. Estas son las imágenes. En el mayor acercamiento que realiza el señor Sioaca.
I mean, to me, it looks like a UFO. For real.
Se ve con claridad la estructura en forma de...
How can it not be? Look. It's pretty cool.
Discoidal. Se encontraba posada sobre el terreno. Un lugar que es utilizado solamente para el cultivo. No hay ninguna especie de construcción o edificación.
That's not a heat mirage. They don't get isolated in one spot like that, knuckleheads. It's all aliens. Next.
In this official NASA photo.
Is there proof of intelligent life on Mercury? What? This is very cool video.
That shows the entire layout of Mercury.
Full screen mode.
Find the evidence in question. First,
no borders.
Let's zoom into a strange object that Mr. Waring believes is a building of some kind.
Oh. Did he say Scott C. Waring? Yeah, we can't play that. I won't play it, but I will do this. Yeah, you don't. Oh wait, let me get these off here. Sorry, I was just playing around with it. We don't play Scott C. Waring because he will copy strike us. Although of Sound, Mind, and Body, does he have? He doesn't say he's got permission or anything. So, yikes! 149,000 subscribers. I guess that's enough permission for Scott C. Waring.
Let's enhance the photo to see if we...
Yeah, I don't want to get in trouble. That was an accident. This is pretty cool, though. We could do our own thing here. We don't need him. Pretty wild, huh? Pretty cool. There's something down there, all right. I don't know what it is. It's wild. You can see it right here. Well, now we go to the moon.
That of an alien or military base. Sandra Elena Andrade of YouTube made the discovery using Google Earth. Let's investigate.
Shall we?
Here, we see the perfectly straight object in all its glory. But what is it exactly?
Come on now. I wonder...
We know that, allegedly, man has not been on the moon in decades, so it can't be a man-made structure, could it?
It looks brand new! That's a new one!
It seems to be sitting right on top of a tall mountain or hill, right at the peak.
Okay, this is what bothers me about this world we live in. It does. I am very frustrated with this. It just, well, could it be something that is, maybe Google Earth covered up? No, it doesn't. It looks like it's actually there on the moon, on top of the mountain, as if it were, some sort of reflector shield, maybe? I don't know. It looks pretty big.
Almost as if it was perfectly placed there.
Oh, good. He gave coordinates. Okay.
Said on his website that you can tell from the 90-degree angles of the structure and the two bar-like edges on the left side that this is intelligently designed. Going on to say that a shadow covers half of the structure and that the shadow is 100% proof that this is a real structure on the surface of the moon. One that man did not put up there. Or so they say.
Yeah, really. All right, how many times are we going to look at it? All right, let's go.
Made a wonderful discovery last year.
Nah, can't do it. Yep, can't play it. There's a triangle, though. It's pretty amazing. By the way, all of these are on Google Earth. Scott C. Waring does not own Google Earth. But who wants to go through getting all that bullshit going through with him? No way. Anyway, it's pretty amazing, right? I've got some more of these. I think the next video is pretty similar. Have strange alien structures been seen on Neptune's moon Triton?
And body. On April 20th, 2018, Scott C. Waring.
You know what? Enough of this guy. It's pretty cool, though. I guess we could, we could do that here. Maybe in the last, I don't know. These are hard to figure out, but next.
Longer being recommended on the platform, so help get the word out. Thanks. We'll be right back. Parts of Russia.
Who is this?
Did a red mist pass in front of the International Space Station?
It's still Scott C. Waring, isn't it? No?
Over parts of Russia? The YouTube channel, Street Cap.
Yes, it is. Damn it. Where is this streak? That streak? All right. Anyway. Oh, this streak. This is interesting. A red streak? Oh, that's weird, isn't it? So a red streak appeared on... Oh, fuck it. Look at that. This is live video of that streak. That's crazy. What is it? I don't understand. That is bizarre. It ends, watch. See ya. What the hell? I didn't know about this. Cool music though in the background. I feel like I'm in space. And it happens again? Oh no. Pretty wild, right? Alright, let's get to the next one. Alright, this, oh boy. This is so stupid. So, here's a guy who thinks he's capturing spirits outside of his house. Check this out. It's only a minute long. Who's this by? Stephen Clemenson. Oh, it is going. Okay. Wait a second. Hold on. I don't use StreamYard, Nathan. I don't understand what you mean. I don't understand. I'm not live on StreamYards. How could I be live on StreamYard? I never set it up there. Can you send me the link? No, this is very interesting. The show's live. Well, how could I be on StreamYard when I'm not on it? You know what I'm saying? The only way I could be on it is if I set it up there. So somebody else is playing my show. All right, send me the link. We've got to take this time now to figure this out. So if you guys want to get a drink, go ahead. Go to the bathroom. I've got to figure this out because I need... Wait, I will send... Wait, you said you're on Facebook. You're going to send... Okay, you're going to send me the link on Facebook. Oh, you were talking about something else. There is no other live stream. Okay. Because I'm using OBS. You can't rewind to rewatch the segment because I turned that feature off. I used to have it on. They call it enabling the DVR. And I chose to turn it off because this way you know you're in a live stream. And it forces people to get here during the live show instead of coming here trying to go back and see what they missed and play catch up later. It's a sneaky thing to do. But I'm trying it out. You're the first person who's ever said that. And I've only done it a couple of times the last couple of shows. But I'm just okay. So, all right, Mr. MBB333, interstellar UFO craft near Mercury and Sun. Oh yeah, I saw that earlier today. Let me pull that up while we're waiting for the link. Is that a new one? Frapsep? Oh, here it is. I got it. That was from last week, right? Yeah. All right, we'll play this video. I hope he doesn't get it. That's okay.
Hey, what's up guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. What we're going to look at in this video is an object that appears to be moving through interstellar space, at least through the solar system. Comes from the left side of the screen, goes across to the right side of the screen. What we're looking at is the sun behind what's called an opaque disk. This is the SOHO-LASCO C3 instrument. Here's the current position of the planets in the solar system with respect to the sun and planet Earth. Right here's the Earth, and the SOHO instrument orbits the sun with the Earth. It orbits actually in front of the Earth looking at the sun. That's what we were just looking at. The bright object right there is Mercury. That's in the field of view right now of the SOHO-LASCO C3 instrument. As it gets a little closer.
Okay, I'm going to stop that to show everybody something. This way you guys understand what I see. So I could tell you it's not my internet connection. Check it out. So here's my show. Okay, I paused it, but here it is, green, which is something I was never at. Always used to be yellow. But we have perfect health. Perfect health. And I have the chat. I popped it out. You know, this is the chat I'm using. And it's frustrating. Very frustrating. That I may have to do what Nathan said. But I pop this out. And then I take this. And I put it in front. Because this is a different screen that I'm using. And I take this and I put it in front of me where my chat room should be on OBS. But every time I click anywhere, it moves it. And just so you know, you can see the green is pegged. If this was getting worse, it would drop. See right there it did. Oh, that's just me? Doesn't this go down though? Doesn't matter. Anyway, that's what I see. I paused it, so I'm not really seeing it twice, just, you know, to throw me off. Yeah, it's a Java window. Yep, it sure is. It sure is. Anyway, that's what I look at.
If these structures are truly pyramids, then this is one of the greatest ocean...
Why? I don't want you. Where'd Mr. MBB go?
Closer to the sun, it will go into the field of view of the LASCO C2 instrument, which is a closer field of view. What we're going to look at in this video is an object that comes from over here.
Wow, he got excited.
It's
an object
behind the sun and goes back this way, like below Mercury. At least it appears to do that. It's a long ways away. It's not anything that's like the International Space Station or a spacecraft that I'm aware of, because it's too far away. The space station orbits around the Earth, not out here in the middle of the solar system. This object that you're about to see comes across the solar system, travels about 20 million miles in just under 48 hours, moving at well over 100,000 miles per hour. When you first look at this thing, you're going to think, oh, it's just an asteroid, maybe a large Perseid meteor. Not the case. We're going to look at the video I put together right now. Again, this, in my humble opinion, is quite unprecedented. Calling this an interstellar spacecraft because there's no other way to describe this thing. Check this out. These are images from August 7th, 8th, and 9th. You're going to see a craft. At first, it looks like maybe an asteroid, right? Definitely not a comet because it's not leaving a debris field behind it. Everything that comes through here that's got the personality of a comet is going to have some kind of a tail. The object that we're going to watch is right up here, moving this direction. Check this out. Quite fascinating. I've never seen any footage like you're about to see on here ever, and I've been observing this for many, many years. There goes the object right there. Trust me, I'm going to take you in very, very close to where you can see that that was not a typical space rock. It wasn't a comet. Wasn't a Perseid meteor. That was something entirely different. Looks like it was intelligently designed. See it right there? That's moving, and that's original speed. That's way too fast to be any type of spacecraft that I'm aware of. Again, the space station orbits the Earth. The Earth is back here behind this instrument that we're looking through right now. Here comes the object again, right there. This is fast forward. That's 2 days and about 10 seconds. And you can see it disappear over there below Mercury. Now we're going in closer. This is the LASCO C2 instrument. You're going to see it up here at the top at around the 2 o'clock position. See it? Between 1 and 2 o'clock, this is the sun. Watch it right up here. That was original speed. We're going to go in closer. Here we go. Check this out. See that? Wasn't a rock, was it? Those were 2 lights that looked like they were on some sort of a craft. Check it out. We're going to go in closer. I'm going to go in slow motion. We're going to enhance the footage, not alter, just slightly enhance so we can get a better look. Check this out. Definitely not an asteroid. Definitely not a meteor. And definitely not a comet. There it goes in original speed. 2 bright lights attached to a structure. We're going to go in closer and I'm going to enhance it to where you can actually see the lights themselves. Here it is in slow motion. This is definitely some sort of a craft. See it right there? Those are lights. That's not a rock. If that were an asteroid or even a comet, it would be tumbling. I've seen too many of them on here over the years. They tumble. They're out of control, even though they're moving quite quickly in a straight, sometimes a curved line. This here is moving in a straight line, very, very smooth. There's no tumbling. There's 2 independent lights that are apparently moving in unison, attached to something similar. Looks like they're attached to the same object. There it is in slow motion, very close. The front light looks to be a little different color than the back light, slightly different in color. Here it is enhanced. It's almost a dark, or almost a negative format, basically. We're going to go in really close. There's the original speed. Now we're going to slow it down, go in close. And this is definitely a machine with lights. There it is. There's the first light. There's the second light. That's the craft. Overall, collectively, I think that's 1 craft moving through the inner solar system at astounding speeds, well over 100,000 miles per hour, which for space travel, that's not really that fast, but it's pretty quick. But something went through the inner solar system. Here's another look at it. This is, again, enhanced, not altered. And you can see what I mean by the different colors between the front light and the back light. See how the back light's more of a gold color and the front light's very bright white. And there it goes, moving through the inner solar system. Probably some of the most incredible footage I think I've ever seen on this instrument. And I've seen a lot of footage over the years. Different things come through the inner solar system, comets, even large meteors. I've never seen anything quite like that. That is quite unique. And again, in my humble opinion, that was some sort of a large spacecraft, many miles long. That thing had to have been probably, to even be able to see it like we did, from this far away, that's several million miles away.
Didn't realize
that was probably several miles long.
Ah, man. All right. My goodness. trying to figure stuff out at the same time. But let's take a listen in. That's right, Dave Scott. We're going to listen in real quick. Here we go. Let's take a listen. I was going to say a looky-loo.
I had used up all the strength of my phone.
I'll tell you what I'm happy about, Melinda, is this is the first time I think you've been on the air with me where you haven't rubbed it in that you just went through the Taco Bell drive-thru, knowing that I do not have Taco Bell in my town, and that hurts me more. That hurts me more.
It's funny you should say that, because I went out for not Taco Bell, but really good Mexican food here in town.
Well, they're talking about Taco Bell real quick, so that's good.
And I don't eat that. I don't eat very much fast food. I haven't been through our Taco Bell.
Melinda's telling us that she doesn't eat fast food.
Yeah.
I beg to differ.
Ladies.
Wait.
Okay.
Speaking of tacos, I'm opening my email and it's a Jack in the Box. It says happy birthday. It says I get 2 free tacos through the drive-in today. So I got to get down there after the show and get my 2 tacos.
Absolutely. Well, have one for me. Ladies, all 4 of you have made, especially you, Lorian and Melinda, have made major impacts in the field of ufology, along with people like Kathleen Martin, who we tried to get on here, but unfortunately, due to timing and circumstances, she couldn't make it. Cheryl Costa as well. The role of women in ufology has not been a prevalent role, and I think that's for the wrong, because it doesn't matter to me whether a person is male, female, trans, whatever they may be. Whatever they could absolutely do to bring this field forward is what should matter. Yet for a long time, Lorian, women have kind of been held back in this field. Are we seeing a changing of the guard moving forward here?
I wish I could say yes, but I don't feel that way, Dave. I'm sorry to say.
No way.
I look around me and there are more women that are more articulate, thorough researchers. They are amazing. And usually they're behind a guy somewhere making him look really good in the UFO community, which is very interesting to me.
Just like Stacy, right? Tracy and Dolan. And then you have Bill Pullen's wife with him.
When it comes to a conference, it's like they'll pick a whole slew of guys and then they'll go, oh, shoot, we don't have any women. Maybe we better get 1 or 2, and they were like an afterthought to everything. And I just think this is so sad because the women really, we have the pulse of what's going on. We see the bigger picture. We're not myopic. It's very interesting to me how the men run everything and then they just play with each other like it's an old boys club. I'm sorry to say. And with the Tooth Stars Academy coming down the pike and, always MUFON. MUFON's always had a problem with not having a woman. And I got to tell you, after the whole escapades of last month with MUFON, I prayed and I called everybody out on the board practically and said, you better get a woman as the executive director or...
MUFON has always been men generally, right? There was a few women in there, here and there, but yeah, Dave's got a good show going on tonight, so good for him. The ladies of ufology. Yeah, I don't think that's a bad thing. I believe women are better in ufology, better at sky watching than guys. I do. I think women are better. Not than me. No, not me. I'm not saying me. I'm just saying generally. Women seem to be more organized, level-headed. I know everybody's got their thing, but the women that I've met in ufology, there are very few, but they are very helpful and they listen, and guys don't. Guys are always like, oh, look at my stuff, my stuff, my stuff, my stuff, my stuff. You show them your stuff and okay, that's great. What about my stuff? They don't give a shit. That's why this field sucks. Because everybody only thinks about themselves. Nobody wants to share anything. You need to have women. Women teach men how to share. They teach us how to go out. They dress us up, don't they? Your whole life, your mother has been there for you, hopefully. I don't even know why I got this light. I don't even know why I got it. It's useless, even though I like it. I keep it on for me at home. Well, you know, it's just, I tried to fix it. I tried every option possible. You can even see the back room is lit up a little more than normal, and I got to fix that. I don't know why that's so bright. But anyway, yeah, Ufology's got a whole bunch of people in it, a whole bunch of guys. It's all guys. And guys make rash decisions. And I'll tell you what, my wife at the time, the very most important time of ufology, my first couple of years, she was my ground. I would take stuff to her. And she'd say, "Hun, what are you doing? That's a balloon." Or, "Hun, that's a star." I could easily tell that. Anyway, here's a UFO video. I said I had a few more. We do. This comes from the hidden underbelly. That's an interesting one. The only thing it can be is drones, right? That's what everybody's going to say anyway. Flares or drones. Nobody can win at night. Although this one is kind of cool. That is interesting. Well, it looks like, see, he's out of focus. There's a dot up there. That's cool. I don't know what it is, but that camera is so annoying. You know, that is weird. This one jumped around. I'm thinking this might be fake. That looked like it jumped. Watch this guy. It somehow, it seems like it's jumping. I don't know. I'm thinking this might be fake. I know. Don't ask me why. Let me go back here because I gotta see. That's acting weird. Yeah, I'm thinking this is fake. Hold on a second. I'm seeing some fake stuff here. Hold on. Watch this thing. It looks like it just somehow... Yeah. Okay. This is a fake. I'm saying it's a fake right here now. Yep. Absolutely. 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 No, it's not. It's real. You think this is real? It looks real. Yeah, maybe it is. Yeah, are you seeing what I'm seeing though? This looks like there's, I think there might be a craft all around it, like a triangle looked like. And this is just the lights on the craft. I keep seeing flashing lights, and I'm not sure if, yeah, it's got to be the camera then. Never mind. I'm thinking it's fake.
Triangular black UFO that everybody talks of, that is a secret dance with each other. I mean, as bizarre. I don't know.
It kind of looks real though. I just didn't like that one. This spot here, because it looked like the when the light goes out, it jumps. Look, right there, just right there, it did it again. It looked like it went whoop, whoop, like that when he was zooming. And I know what you're going to say. Nah, it's just because he was zooming. No. Nope. He did zoom, but it jumped before he zoomed, and then he zoomed. It was like a bad edit. Sorry. It's just the way I feel about it. Doesn't mean I'm right. All right. I'm going to try something here. Doesn't work, Nathan. I'd figured that if I put these glasses that block out ultraviolet light. Let me see if these work. Ah, these work really well. These are my black ones. Yeah. There we go. A little better. Let's see what's going on with Dave.
Or take more of a left brain and a right brain perspective of it, because it's our natural nature. I mean, we're women. We do use both sides of our brains.
Nicole,
all the time.
Pardon me for interrupting, but are you making reference to the aspect of how all the women that Dave has on his show tonight are highly intuitive, and the fact that we're looking at our psychic abilities in conjunction with our experiences? Do you mean in reference to that instead of just focusing on the nuts and bolts of ufology?
Yes, I do. I think we're able to move past just like the history aspects or just the nuts and bolts or just the politics involved in these issues. And we do try to get at the root of the phenomenon, I think, in ways that men don't. I guess this is the women's show, so I can be brazen and just call out guys. But to me, most often men seem kind of secular in the type of ufology that they follow. So as soon as you bring up a woman who might be interested in, let's say, remote viewing or consciousness, if that's out of their element of thinking in a scientific nuts and bolts way, they think it's unprovable, they shut the whole aspect of research down, is what I find. So if you look at it that way, ufology is very limited from that perspective.
That's a great point.
You know, if they're looking for women who are just historians in this field,
right,
that's really limited.
Like
There's
Linda,
not a lot of women who just claim to be one thing.
Right, Linda Moulton Howe. She's the best in the business.
We got to go to break, and I think that's an important part to make, Nicole and Melinda and Lorian. Quickly here, you know, women seem to have a more well-rounded role, as Samantha and Nicole said, about not only being experienced but also digging into the research and having a lot of intuitive ability to combine with that as well.
Yes. Well, absolutely.
Well, I was just going to say, go ahead, Melinda. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to comment on something both women said. First off, Samantha had said about experiencers and people with firsthand contact or abduction, or, you know, just say experiencers all around, that a lot of times they'll go to the man who's got one experience or one predominant experience they're talking about, as opposed to a woman who's got, and I get it, maybe that experience has evidence and witnesses, but there are women that maybe have 10 really good contact experiences with witnesses and evidence, and yet they'll go to the man. Samantha, I hear you. It's like...
Yeah, and the reason that is, and I'll tell her why, the reason that is because he does have evidence and you don't. What's more interesting, a story with evidence or a story without? When I hear somebody has evidence, I'm like, holy shit, I believe them. When I hear somebody just tell me a story, I'm like, possible, but without evidence. That's why.
It's one thing that all experiencers in the field take a backseat. That's a whole other thing, you know, besides women. But to go to the fact that these men...
And don't forget, that woman is probably going to be talking about things that are really woo. Right? Well, it was a Palladian and they want us to stop using weapons. You know, who knows if it was that type of story? Maybe it didn't fit in with the narrative at the time.
Who have one predominant experience.
Or at all.
And it's not like it's a better experience. It's like people aren't paying attention to the women who have the evidence for their experience or witnesses.
Yes,
you know,
are.
and it's like, what goes there? It's not because they're man, they have more credibility. Granted, there's some really credible male guys in the field who are experiencers, abductees, and have amazing cases. I'm not saying that their cases don't deserve that. But when they're the go-tos, when a woman who has an equally amazing case, or possibly, in the case of,
Melinda, hold that thought.
All right, Dave's got to go to commercial, and that's it for Dave. It's an interesting topic, man. Interesting. It's nice to hear a woman's perspective on that. We don't get to hear them as much. It's a shame. Oh, well, it's a shame because, it's just a shame. Here's a sighting. I'm not sure what this is, but it's pretty cool. All right, it's not cool. This is a iridium flare satellite. Just so you know. That's 100% what they look like. That is an iridium flare satellite. That is 100% what they look like. I know I said that, but just want to make sure. So we could throw that one away. Now let's see. Again, so this guy's going through what I went through. I went through 11 months of recording what I thought were UFOs. And then finally somebody said, "Hey, Rich, can I tell you something?" And I'm like, "What?" He goes, "You said that was captured around 9:15 June 30th, and you were looking a little bit north. That was an iridium flare satellite." And they sent me the link to it, and I saw it, and it says, stays lit. It tells you how long it gets bright, when it comes out, when it'll come out next year, how long it stays lit up for, how bright it gets, the intensity of the brightness. And that ended my search for the iridium flare UFOs. That's what this guy's doing. I captured over 1,100 of them. And I thought I was seeing UFOs, like legitimately. And I was putting them up on my site. Not one person said anything for 11 months. And then somebody did. And I took everyone down except for 2. And I said, here's what they are. I was so pissed. I thought I was special. For once, I thought I was special. Turns out I'm not. My mother was right. She always told me, you're not that special. And you see how slow this is going? That could be the space station. But iridium flare satellites do go slow. I know they're not supposed to. They're all supposed to be the same speed. But for some reason, they're not. And maybe those are the UFOs. I don't know. This guy's just got a dot in the sky. It looks like it's been hanging around a while. I don't know. He may have a UFO here. If that's it. What is this? Oh, it's an airplane. That's weird. That is weird. I don't know if that's the space. I don't think... Would the space station take that long? No. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one. I take it back. See? I admit when I could be wrong. Could be. Couple more here. All right. Remember the other day? Come, Maggie, take me home. Come, Maggie, take me home. Well, this is similar in a way, but this news, NBC News, they were talking about this and people who are trying to pray. There's a UFO that comes in from the side. This was captured on the news. Here it is.
Change to a people known.
There it is.
Resilience.
Pretty cool, huh?
NBC News, known for their resilience.
Looks like a Tic Tac.
For their resilience.
Could it be an airplane? Sure. Why not? Or it's not. It sure looks like a UFO to me.
Resilience.
It's amazing to me.
For their resilience.
So many times we are going to see this Tic Tac and dismiss it as an airplane. Could it be? Yeah. Could it be a UFO? Yeah. We already talked about that. Here's some interesting stuff. This is from Art Alien TV. I like this guy a lot. I am a subscriber. He's just got some interesting stuff here. Let's talk about this. I love this stuff.
From this set of images for some reason. So it looks to me like that these have been either over compressed or double compressed, or somebody has deliberately smudged them. But there is a new find here, so it is still possible to find stuff even in ones that have been smudged, if you know how to look for them and where to look. And this is a new find. I've called this Dead Man Spike, because this is a dead person and he has spiky hair. You can just about make out some spikes here. It's not very clear, I appreciate that, but this set of images has been very badly downgraded deliberately, it looks like, and I'll prove that in a second. But this was an interesting find. I kind of stumbled on this when I put the gigapan up, and I thought, wow, there's a dead person just lying there. And I'll show you where to look. Up here, there's a little star. There he is. Right. Now this is small. I'd say somewhere between about 9 inches and about 15, or perhaps a bit bigger. Really small, right? And up on the ridge here, we have the famous elongated skull, which I found back in 2014. Published back then. August, I think. August the 9th I published it. Found it the day before.
Come on, that's just a rock.
There it is. Now this is about at least 12 inches long. Now this is further away.
That's a rock.
Right, because it's up on that ridge.
It's a
further
rock.
away from the
That's
river.
pareidolia.
This thing is a bit closer. It's not quite halfway down the ridge. And it's about the same. So this is bigger than that, I would say. Possibly about 14 inches, maybe.
A 14-inch person?
Could be less. Don't know. Doesn't really matter, because basically we have other examples of small dead Martians on the surface to compare it to. And a lot of them are this kind of size. There are some skulls of very large Martians who I estimate to have been between 12 and 15 feet tall. But they're few and far between. And we don't have any whole...
Few and far between? I'm surprised you found anything. How are you able to find a 12 to 15 foot skeleton on Mars? This is rocks. Using come on. He's got a crown.
We only have skulls so far.
I don't buy it.
Fossilized skulls. Where other images have been heavily censored.
Oh, the Sphinx on Mars?
And when you try and color correct it, it goes this... It all just breaks up into these big blocks. So this has been edited, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
And I think you'll find the same with almost all of this gigapan. It's not quite so bad in the middle section where that dead dude is with the spiky hair. It's not quite so bad.
It goes back to the skull.
On the cranium. It's the same shape. It's about the same size. In fact, this one on Mars, I'd say, is a bit bigger than the ones on Earth.
Come on.
This is perhaps about 1.5 foot long. These are very large, but not that large. Muck the images up so much that most of the detail is completely gone, right? But I'm going to draw around it very quickly for you. Here's the head. Here's the head here. You can see the spiky kind of parts to it here.
That's weird.
coming round.
It looks like an alien face with the big eyes.
You've got an arm here.
And there's the mouth, the nose.
This is a hand. We got a little bit of finger detail there, not a lot.
I mean, COVID. I would like to think that this is a person, but I'm seeing all sorts of rocks here. I don't know. It's a little bit of a stretch, but it's fun to think about. That it? What's this, a dog?
Enhance yourself. Add contrast and you'll see it. Brighten it up. You'll see it right there. The raw image is actually very good in this one.
Okay, I have no idea what we're looking at. Okay.
Unlike the previous set I showed.
Remember this? This is weird. Mother and daughter. Look at this.
You. Where the dead guy is, the dead man's spike is. This is a really good gigapan, this. And when you zoom in, you see proper detail here. You can see the granular detail in the sand, as you should.
All right.
And lots of texture in the rubble and on the rocks. Like this, see?
Yeah.
So this is what gigapans should look like. Whereas you go to this one, it's been heavily, heavily smudged.
That has. What a difference.
Edited out, it seems, over here. And when you zoom in, you go up to the close foreground. Even this big rock here, it's got no texture. It's all kind of smooth,
right,
and blurred and smudged.
Gee, maybe because it's not focused? I don't know.
It's really quite bad. So what were they up to? There was something in this set of images they didn't want us to see. I don't know what it is.
I don't
because they removed it. But it seems like over here,
oh yeah,
they covered something up.
Oh yeah,
that was maybe sticking out above this.
Oh yeah.
Structure here.
Yeah, I'm convinced. You don't need to keep going. Appreciate it. Unbelievable. Right? All right. Saying what he's... Why did I have me here? Why did I have me? I was going to play me, which I'm not. Lunar crater radio telescope on the far side of the moon. Did you guys see this? Did I talk about this? An ultra-long wavelength radio telescope on the far side of the moon? Yeah, we talked about this, I think, about a week ago. Yeah, 7th. I don't know why that's still here. Yeah, we talked about the Chris Bledsoe, and I've got a little surprise I'm going to pull up here. Let me check on the chat room. See, this is so hard. The chat room, every time I click somewhere, it disappears. It makes me very angry. Sorry, guys. I'm special. It's a little slow. A little slow. It's all right. No, you know what? Nobody knew we were going to be live tonight at this late. Everybody got mixed up with that schedule. This Sunday, I'm having a guest on. Wreaking Havoc is going to be on the show. And we are going to talk about... Right? It's Wreaking Havoc? I know it is. It's Wreaking Havoc, right? He's coming on. COVID. That'll be a good show. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of fun. John, by the way. So Wreaking Havoc 215 is going to be coming on. Amazing stuff. He's got such a great story. So that'll be Sunday. Very exciting. Yeah, Sunday we're gonna start at we're gonna do the weekend at the normal time, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. All right, let me pull up this here because you know what? You're gonna like this. Just hold on a second. Let me pull it. Give me a second here. Let me put on, see what Dave's talking about. Give you guys something to listen to.
You know, that we have so many different subjects to cover. And, you know, the field of ufology over the last couple of years has taken a rightful course finally in the mainstream media. You can thank a lot of the people in regards to the Stars Academy and a lot of the hard work that has been going on behind the scenes. But at what point And Nicole, I'm going to start with you on this one, if you don't mind. At what point are we maybe looking at this a little bit too hazy? Or maybe a little bit too much with rosy eyes? Because I remember listening when I came into this field just 5.5 years ago, and I got to meet people like Lorian and Melinda. The one thing that I was always told is, beware of the spooks. They're out there. And I always thought, this is way too cloak and dagger for me. This is kind of awesome. But on the flip side, here we are, absolutely believing all of these spooks that have for years and decades told us that there was nothing to do with UFOs. You're crazy. This is not happening. What are you talking about? Berating and belittling people, mocking people, destroying people's reputations. And now it's almost the same cast of characters who are saying, oh, you can believe me. I've got the public in mind. I got the public's interest. I'm here for you. Nicole, this is very confusing for a lot of us in the UFO field.
It is very confusing. And I think especially so if you're new coming into this time in ufology, you're being hit with this pop culture of ufologies being in general news and media, and it's at the forefront in some legislation. I mean, these are some times that are very exciting, but I try to step back often. And I think I think back to when I was very new to online ufology, and it all seems so very conspiratorial, especially when you're talking about these spooks or government players, or even what I consider to be the good guys, fighting the disclosure fight, whether they're in TTSA or, they're coming out in different ways from our government. And yes, we are in this highly conspiratorial time where we don't trust our government, and we know that they've been hiding this or hiding things or not being transparent for the last 70 years.
All right, I got something I'm going to show you here. This is very interesting technology that I'm not sure anybody has ever seen, but it's pretty cool, and I have to share it because it's just wild. I don't understand, but I think you guys will see why I'm playing this. But it's pretty cool anyway. It doesn't matter where it comes from.
It's the third
phase of Moon.
My name's
They're the
Blake
best.
Cousins. Join me along with my brother Brent as we go on location
Watch this.
in the Pacific Ocean looking for drones of the sea. On location at Kauai Harbor on the Big Island, we're going to be speaking with Hawaiian Operations Manager Voss Podorian. Voss, how did you come up with the idea of the wave glider? How did it come about?
The wave glider came about in an effort to transmit whale songs ashore. Specifically into one of the founders' living rooms.
Can you tell us why here in Hawaii?
One of the founders actually lives here in Pu'uko. A lot of the efforts that occurred originally to pipe the whale songs into the living room really occurred there. And it was sort of a natural progression here in Pu'uko.
If you look at the design on this, it exactly resembles sky rods or, the skyfish. Absolutely incredible. What is the theory behind the design?
So the main theory behind the wave glider is that we take vertical wave motion at the surface and turn it into forward motion of the vehicle. That really essentially happens with our ability to harness vertical wave motion into direct forward thrust.
So in other words, it doesn't use any electricity or anything. It uses the waves to move forward. And it can go 5,000 miles. It may take a while, but it'll get to its destination without really anybody knowing.
Very similar really in effect to when you stick your hand out the window on the freeway and tilt it, its lift is created and creates the sort of forward motion with your hand.
What's the maximum speed that these things can travel over the surface of the water with the glider underneath?
We do somewhere typically between 1.5 and 1.8 knots.
And it's using entirely the force and the swells of the ocean to self-power itself, correct?
Absolutely. So we basically turn vertical wave motion into forward thrust.
Canada, France, and Keck are here in Hawaii, and there's something special about it, and you're here in Hawaii. Can you tell us what makes it so special?
Much for the same reasons that they're here, in the sense of the environment that it gives us for testing and evaluation. It allows us to essentially test about 300 days a year. We have the ability, being right here in Kauai High, we have easy access to some very dynamic sea states. We can be right out here on the west side off of Kauai High, and the weather can be very, very calm, much like it is today. We can go just a few miles out around the point, up towards Upolu Point, and be out in Alenuihaha Channel, which is a pretty intense marine environment.
Well, it's going to be quite amazing. A little bit later, we're going to be on location, going out on the boat and seeing on how the wave glider works. I can't wait, but I got a couple other questions for you. Can we take a look at the warehouse in the back?
Absolutely.
All right.
I like the guy's shirt.
The CEO of your company claims that 90% of the Earth's oceans have still yet to be discovered. We know more about space than the ocean. Do you think it's possible that these craft could capture on film, since they have the cameras, a creature that we still don't know, some kind of leviathan?
I would say that that's plausible. The vehicle is a data harvesting tool, so any number of sensors are integrated into the vehicle, so depending on what you're trying to measure and look for, I would say that it's possible, for sure.
Well, you might get lucky one of these days capturing the smoking gun footage of an amazing creature right there on the surface of the ocean.
That would be exciting. So we have the ability to communicate with the vehicle through satellite connection. That occurs through this dome here. This is an Iridium satellite connection. We have the ability to stream all of our data, as well as telemetry and communication information through that connection.
What's the lifetime of the wave glider?
They're currently, essentially we like to keep them out anywhere from 6 to 12 months.
Well, these things, what is the price range for one of these?
This vehicle, as you see it here, runs between 175 and
Get the fuck out of here!
Wow, do you worry about maybe pirates out in the open ocean coming across one of these things and, you know, taking these things out and selling it on the market?
Well, I don't think we've had any stolen that I'm aware of. They're an incredibly difficult vehicle to actually to recover if you're not trained to do it.
Boss, who is your biggest client for the wave glider?
Right now, we have essentially probably a shared market between the oil and gas business and the Department of Defense.
Wow, what is the Department of Defense using with the wave glider?
I don't know if I can answer that.
I want to talk about your biggest, or one of the biggest clients, big oil industry. If there were a, natural disaster, big oil spill in the ocean, could these wave gliders help and clean in the assistance?
Absolutely. So recently we've assisted in cleanup efforts, more specifically more measurement efforts, in that it's a data harvesting tool. We have the ability to measure essentially what's in the water, and the wave glider is actually quite effective at that.
Well, speaking of getting into the water,
about 10 to 15 minutes.
All right, well, we're on the adventure. I can't wait to get in the water. Departing from Kauai Harbor, we're in search of the wave glider, approximately 8 miles off the coast of the Big Island, and we're going to be using GPS coordinates to track it down. Now the adventure begins, and the ocean conditions are perfect, and the captain tells us we will be arriving at our destination momentarily. Now I'm excited to see this new technology known as the wave glider swimming in the Pacific Ocean. I think I see it, boss. Is that it?
Yeah, it's right there off the starboard side.
All right, we're getting in close, and we're going to see what the wave glider looks like in action. This is about as good as what perpetual
There's
motion
a
gets, right out
trifecta.
here, taking energy from the water and the swells.
Absolutely. As long as we have surface motion of the waves, we have thrust, which allows us to move forward through the water.
Now, how deep is the ocean here? Because I'm quite, afraid of sharks. Are there big ones you see out here?
Sometimes we do see large creatures. We're in about 170 fathoms of water right now.
All right, well, let's get our dive gear on and hit the water.
Absolutely.
Now, this is when Voss Podorian gets to work, suiting up and taking a look at the wave glider down below. The production crew's ready, cameras are in the water, and we're about to get into it right now.
With his clothes on. He's like a fish to water.
As we approach the wave glider to get a closer look, I think to myself, this is the first world's wave-powered autonomous marine robot designed to help address the big challenges the world faces, including global climate change, national security, hurricane, and tsunami warnings.
Trust me, it's about national security at this point.
As we approach the wave glider and seeing it in action, it almost seems as if it's alive.
Pretty amazing.
Because of the energy independence, wave gliders are able to persistently gather and communicate ocean data on a far broader scale and with greater timelines than ever before, at a fraction of the cost of traditional solutions.
Pretty amazing. I'll put the link in the description as usual. And thank you, Third Phase, for letting me share that with the world. A lot of people don't know about those. Those things are all over the ocean. I don't know how ships don't run over them. Really, I don't. All right, ready? One more thing? All right, I'm going to leave you with this tonight because you guys deserve a little bit of intelligence, and I'm going to bring it. This comes from one of the best minds in ufology. God, I can't remember his name. What is it?
There is a trifecta reality to the UFO cover-up for most UFO believers, consisting of non-human intelligence is here. The presence of non-human intelligence is covered up by at least some governments. The United States government has poured at least billions of dollars into studying UFOs over many decades. Let's analyze these three factors making up the UFO believer trifecta, starting with the first factor. Non-human intelligence is here. So skeptics will often say that there are two primary factors that compel them to believe non-human intelligence is not here. One is that if it was here, we would simply all know. The institutions of our world would know, and yet they all unanimously contend there is no non-human intelligence engaging our world. The second factor they cite is that the distance between solar systems are so vast that it's very unlikely other beings from other planetary systems have successfully made the voyage from so many light years away to our planet. Now, let's examine the second of the UFO believer trifecta. That is, the presence of non-human intelligence is covered up by at least some governments. One of the great skeptic tropes is that there simply is no way that the United States government or The great skeptic tropes is that there simply is no way that the United States government, or any government for that matter, would be capable of covering up such a groundbreaking truth about a reality. So they don't even believe a cover-up could be successful, let alone we're being visited by aliens. Finally, let's analyze the third UFO believer trifecta. The United States government has poured at least billions of dollars into studying UFOs over many decades. Now, this one for skeptics relates to their skepticism that knowledge of a non-human presence could possibly be covered up by any world government, simply because it's one thing for a government to cover up knowledge of not being alone. It's an additional leap, as they see it, to insulate the purported fact that the US government has multiple secret UFO study programs getting funded billions of dollars by American taxpayers. Now,
this guy changed his whole personality the last 2 years and goes back
why is this all extremely...
And goes back to being Ryan. Makes no sense. Oh, best of luck to him. Yeah, Of course, everything's being covered up. It's being covered up. Billions of dollars have been poured into ufology research by the government over the last several decades. It's not anything they kept a secret anyway. Whistleblowers have come out, pilots, the government insiders, all sorts of people have come forward saying that this stuff is real. However you want to decide, there are UFOs. Do we agree on that? And if there's just one, are the possibilities that it's an alien civilization? We're probably the aliens, but I don't know. It's a weird time. A lot of play is going on with the media. We're hearing and seeing it all day. Every day I get a message from somebody else, from some other news source, from some other magazine saying, oh, the Pentagon, oh, they're going to start releasing some evidence and, all this other stuff. Every day it's a new article. It's being picked up constantly. You know why? You know why? I'll tell you why. Because, and I don't know how it would be possible. It can't be a slow news day in this day and age, right? There's rioting. You know what's going on. I don't need to repeat everything. So if it's a slow news day and you need to change your narrative for one day or get off the subject of what's going on in the world, throw in a 5-minute story about UFOs. Now we got to worry about that. Is that what you're saying? I don't know where it was that I saw this. But the fact is, disclosure is not going to happen. No matter how much stuff is on TV, the news, movies, documentaries, it's real, but it's never going to be a public thing. It just can't be. It just won't be. It just won't be. And I don't know why people can't get over that. It would devastate everything. It would just ruin the world if aliens showed up. Anyway, it's true. This world can't handle each other. You think they're going to be able to handle alien disclosure? Really? No way. No way that's going to happen. Absolutely not. All right, that's it. We got to get out of here. I would keep going, but we got a show to do tomorrow, and Sunday, Wreaking Havoc is going to be on the show, John. We're going to have a great time. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share, please. And thank you, moderators and super chatters. Appreciate you. Appreciate you hanging out. We'll be back tomorrow, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, right here on GUFON. Hope you guys are going to enjoy your weekend. Come on now. Have a good one. I got to go. Ufology is just too much. Thank you, Third Phase. Don't forget to check out Third Phase later. Spaced Out Radio, Alien Addict, Dark Hour Paranormal, Rick's Realm, Area 503. Take care.